In this video, I'm going to share some ways that you can write vague lyrics that still mean something. Hi, I'm Tony from SongWriters Chop Shop. So when I say vague lyrics, I don't mean that we're unclear about what we want to say. I mean it in the sense of wanting to write in a more nuanced or poetic or implicit way. Our aim as songwriters is always to connect with the audience and cause an emotional experience. If we want to move an audience to tears or to get up and dance, confusing people only gets in the way. We want to be clear on what we're trying to communicate, find an emotional connection to it, and look for an interesting way to express it. So let's have a look at some ways we can be vague but still meaningful. Paul McCartney's Yesterday uses a lot of general statements, but he gets a balance right and it comes across as being universal. With lines like, "Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away," we hear it and think, "I know what you mean," but we don't actually know what he means. We insert our own ideas of troubles. With lines like, "Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be, there's a shadow hanging over me." These are all general statements. If someone said this to you during a conversation, what would your reaction be? It would most likely be, "What happened? I need details." And that's the point. By being vague in the start, he piques people's interest. What are these troubles? He's raising questions in the listener's mind and then reveals the source of those troubles. With lines like, "Why she had to go, and I said something wrong," we understand it's about a relationship, and everyone can relate to that. He's still vague, but notice how the lyric moves from general statements to something relatively more specific. The main takeaway with this example is he uses a highly relatable topic, and he moves from vague, general lyrics that pique the listener's interest by raising questions to a more specific lyric that answers those questions. Another powerful way to deliver your lyric in a less straightforward way is using metaphor. Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana has many interpretations. It leaves the listener little choice but to read their own meaning into it. A word of warning with metaphors. We always want to create a genuine emotional connection with the audience, so don't muddy up the water just to appear deep. When using metaphors, it's not just about saying this thing is like that thing. The analogy we use should reveal something more about the situation or topic. In Heart-Shaped Box, Kurt Cobain uses a lot of concrete imagery to express the metaphors, and this puts a solid image in the listener's mind, but at the same time, the meaning is totally open for interpretation. With metaphors like meat-eating orchid, that's a vivid image, but its meaning has been interpreted from being about heroin to symbolizing the vagina. Another vivid image, magnet tar pit trap. That's been interpreted as referring from everything to black tar heroin to Courtney Love's magnetic but tar pit-like personality. This song is like a how-to of poetic ambiguity, and it also uses a lot of other techniques like wordplay with "forever in debt to your priceless advice" and contradictory terms or oxymorons like "cut myself on angel hair and baby's breath." But the main takeaway is all about the metaphors and using concrete images to express those metaphors. It puts a solid image in the listener's mind. It feels very specific, but at the same time, the meaning can be totally open for interpretation. Now let's look at a song that combines metaphors that create images and universal lyrics. John Mayer's Belief. Just like Yesterday, the verse uses very general statements. Is there anyone who really recalls ever breaking rank at all for something someone yelled real loud one time? And like Heart-Shaped Box, the chorus uses metaphor and similes to provoke a concrete image. Belief is a beautiful armor, but makes for the heaviest sword, like punching on the water. You never hit what you're trying for. These analogies of armor, sword, and punching on the water all create specific imagery in the listener's mind, and we see the same technique as in Yesterday. General statements in the verse to something more specific in the chorus. In this case, the imagery created by the metaphors. It's all still pretty vague, but the concrete images gives us something specific to grasp onto. So, we have moving from general statements to something more specific. We have using metaphors to create a concrete image in the listener's mind, and the next step we can take it up a notch by using the iceberg technique. The iceberg technique is credited to Ernest Hemingway. It basically distills information down to its essence. You might already know his famous 6-word story that he wrote using this technique. For sale, baby shoes, never worn. Let's have a look at it being used in a song. Cardigan by Taylor Swift uses this technique, and it also uses all the other techniques we've talked about so far. With lines like vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels and cobblestones, she uses the essential information. The words she uses all create solid images in the listener's mind, but they're also vague enough for the listener to fill in the blanks. She doesn't give any details about walking in high heels on cobblestones, but it still provokes a solid image. It's a great balance of vague but specific. Then we get the line, when you're young, they assume you know nothing. Highly relatable, but still pretty general. Like yesterday, this sets up lots of questions. And like yesterday and belief, she moves from general to specific. When the pre-chorus hits, she paints a really detailed picture. Again, we see a relatable topic and she's moving from vague, general lyrics that pique the listener's interest by raising questions. Then it moves into something more specific that answers those questions. It's always a good idea to look at the conventions used in the genre you're writing for. The singer-songwriter genre is full of general lyrics and concrete imagery. Grunge songs like Heart-Shaped Box are full of ambiguous, metaphorical lyrics. Now this isn't a rule set in stone, it's just a rule of thumb. And on the flip side of that point, think about how you might borrow conventions from one genre and take them into another, bringing something new to it. For example, the rhythm, internal rhyme and flow of rap lyrics have more than made their way into nearly every other genre of music at this stage. Now if you're looking for a powerful and easy way to create strong imagery in your lyrics, check out this video next. Catch you next time.